Hello everybody, welcome back to RoZenKai here, and what was we doing? Right, so this episode we're going to start some magic, and specifically Britannia, which is flower magic. And as you can see, I've made a little bit of a start, which I'll go and explain how that works. Now, I did start Britannia deliberately to skip the grindiness at the beginning. When you start Britannia anyway, the first thing you're going to want to get is a Lexica Britannia, and if you hit R on that, you'll see it's just a book and any kind of sapling in the game. Okay, and when you open this, you'll get some welcome to Britannia tutorials, things like that, and then you're going to want to go to generating flora, and the ones we're using right now is hydrangeas. These will possibly produce mana from eating water sources. Here, here, and here. So you got to place them like that. It's made with 2 blue petals, 2 cyan petals, and I had to go and find these flowers. So we've done a bit more exploring, and whilst I was exploring, we got some doggies. So yeah, right. So flowers. Let's start with it right at the beginning. First flower you're going to want to get is a white and a mystical. These are all the Britannia flowers you'll find in the world. The 2 high ones have to be sheared. What's good about them is once you've got one, you can basically duplicate them. So the first one you're going to want to get is a mystical white flower, and the reason for that is, if we come over here, I'll explain what's going on here in a sec. If we get 4 petals, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, and we'll get, where is it, 1 seed. And you see this thing here is a petal apothecary. I hope I pronounced that right. And it's crafted from cobblestones and a petal, which again, like I said, you get from simply putting a flower in a crafting table. You get 2 pair. If you do a 2 tall, you get 4. And if you want more information on it, hold control and it'll take you straight to the Britannia book, which again is very useful. Okay, so what can we do with these flowers? Let me get a bucket and let me put that in there, and if we just drop the seeds, the 4 flowers, and now we've got a pure daisy. And what does a pure daisy do? The pure daisy will convert regular stone into living rock and regular wood into living wood. But it also has another unique feature, which I'm going to show you now. If I grab a piece of grass, do I not have any left? How would I have used all that grass? Okay. We grab a piece of grass, and what we're going to do is we're going to throw 2 of these in here, one of which we're going to use a little bit later on. Okay. And you remember I said I wanted to make raspberry iced tea the main source of food for this season, but the hardest part to automate was going to be the snow. However, if I can find any dirt anywhere, let's grab this for now, and we do this. Go on, there we go. Don't tell me it's gated. Right, I need some glowstone. Come on, brain, you gotta remember this. I'm going to want a regular flower, which I may actually have to go and find because I don't have any regular flowers left. So yeah, I'll quickly show you how easy it is to actually find these flowers. They are pretty much everywhere, but it's because you need specific ones. You might have to venture out further, because I had to go quite a while to find cyan. If you see there, oh no, that's not one, that's one from druidry, isn't it? Druidry, I always pronounce that word wrong. Come on, there's got to be one here somewhere. But they've gone in the other direction, they're all over the place. There we go, right. So grab one of these, and if you see here, if I put that in there with that, and that turns into a glimmering magenta flower. Now if we go back to the base, which is this way, wait, that's the temple, that's the base, sweet. And so that didn't look right on the map then. I could get lost in a circle room, just saying. Right, let's get up here. And I'm trying to get you to have an understanding of more what this mod can do rather than how it works, because I mean, I find it personally, it's a grindy mod. So it's better to get some infrastructure up like I've got here, and then we'll explain more what's going on in a second. So we need a crafter table. Here's what I prepared. So we're going to put that there, and we need the glimmering magenta flower, and that makes a floating magenta flower. And this will put off a light, I believe. But if we combine that with the pure daisy, that makes a floating pure daisy. And what's good about this is if we dig a 3 by 3 area out here. I know, I need a shovel. And we put this little section in here, and a little section here. Just go around like this, and you'll see why we're doing it like that in a second. Now we're going to put that flower there. We're going to want another bucket. You can probably tell by the items in my inventory what we're actually going to be doing with Britannia. If you can, back it in the comments below. Now if I put this here, see the flowers not getting taken out by water? Ooh, that's there, that's a bit done. And the reason we've gone out one here and out one there, it means that once this is all filled in, or at least I was hoping, if I just dig this along here, once this is all filled in, you'll see it slowly change to snow, much like the stone will change to living rock and the wood. In fact, if I can show you that quickly whilst we wait for that to change. Do I have a pickaxe on me? Yep. Okay. That's that bit done. And have I got my builder's wand with me? I got myself all prepared and everything, and the amount of things you forget when you try to preempt. Right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Run along here. Boom. That'll all change. The wood's not as simple because whenever you harvest it, that'll run out. Ah, yeah, I see. It's all turning to snow. And that's one of the things you can do with a pure daisy. Now the living rock, which is this stuff, and the living wood are what you're going to need to be able to hold mana in a mana pool, which is simply like that, the living rock, and a mana spreader, which we're going to make now, which is this thing here. Something else we're going to need. So if I get a mana spreader, see, that's 6 pieces of living wood, 1 piece of gold, and 1 petal. Right, so why did we need this one? Well, to connect this to here and connect the flowers to here, we're going to need a specific wand, and it's called a wand of the forest. See here? And these can be customized in so many ways. So if you see here, it's white white, and the top it's white white. Here it's white and orange, so the top it's white and orange. So for me, I've gone black and red, and it's black and red. And this has 2 functions. It has binding mode and function mode. We're going to need bind mode, and if we shift right click on here, you'll see that lights up, and it shows you there underneath it's connected to the mana pool. But if we were to click on here, it's now connected to the mana spreader here, and you can see this beam here disappears. We get rid of the wand. We want that to go to the mana pool, and these flowers here again, if we hover over it with our wand, we'll see it's connected to the spreader. So what we're going to want to do with all, now we've got these flowers here, which again are made of blue, cyan, and a seed dropped in here. If we come here and throw in a diamond, and we come over here and use some of our living rock and simply throw it there, we now get a runic altar. And what's good about this is it allows you to make basically runes, and runes are needed for certain items. We don't need one for this next thing we're going to craft, but we will need one for the second thing we're going to craft. So as soon as you start figuring out what it is I'm crafting, say down below. And ta-da, magnet ring. And this is cool for a couple of reasons. If I throw these down here and hold shift, I won't pick them up, but as soon as I let go of shift, see that? Come straight to me. This is good if you're mining and you have an ore fall down, it'll come straight back to you, and it literally costs nothing. Okay, so what's the next thing we want to make? Well, now we want to make some runes. So the way we want to do that is we want to make sure that this is correctly bound. Now it is. We want to throw on, what was it? Let me think. We want a rune of the no, rune of earth, which is this one. So we need a brick, a coal, and a mushroom, mana steel, and mana powder. Now, mana steel you can find in chests, but you can also get it by dropping iron into a mana pool, turns it to mana steel. Nice and simple. So let's throw that on. We've got a mushroom here, and we need a block of coal and a stone brick. We also need mana powder, and you can get this from redstone and gunpowder, I believe, by just simply throwing it into the mana pool. Now this does consume mana from the pool, as you see, the little blue line drop there. And if we just throw that on there, now you'll see it should be ready to go. What am I missing? Yep. Does it have to be chiseled? I wouldn't imagine so. No, it can't just be stone. I'm not sure why that's not worked. Do I need to throw this on now? I know you guys are probably like, it's there in front of you. Mushroom, coal, stone, mana steel. Have I thrown the mana steel on? Yeah. That's very strange. You've got mana. You're connected. Why is that not working? Okay, let's take the items off. To take the items off, you just simply, with an empty hand, shift right click the block. Pickaxe. Okay, let's try it again. So, throw the coal on, powder, ingot, mushroom, stone. Right, let's just double check this. Runic altar. Yep, we've got that. Total of 16 runes exist. Rune of water, rune of earth. I mean, shall I just try regular stone? Should we give that a go? Ah, so stone bricks isn't allowed. Probably because of the way it's ordered dictionary or something. And as you can see now, the little circle on the right slowly filling up. And to complete this, you'll see lightning particles. I'm going to throw a living rock on and right click what you want. You get 2 runes per time. So the next one we're going to want to make is a rune of air, sorry. And that's going to be string, carpet, feather, mana steel, and mana powder. Something's missing, carpet. And as you can see, that circle starts filling up again. If we throw the living rock on, and as you'll see here, bum 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 bum, lightning, right click, rune of air. Now the reason we wanted these is because we're going to be making something called a Sojourner's Sash. And the way this is made is simply by I'm missing something, aren't I? Let's type it in. Sash. A mana steel, right. So we're going to want a piece of iron. Do I not have a piece on me? No. Okay, let's go get a piece of iron. In we go. Now, I don't know if I'm explaining this very well. Maybe I'm just rambling on. But if it makes sense, cool. If it doesn't, there's a lot of tutorials out there for this mod. It's a long-running mod. Now what am I missing? Oh, I've done it back to front. Sweet. Right, let's just get rid of this guy. Right, that's that done. Now if we click this circle here, it's baubles, and you see this is where the ring goes. This is also where the sash goes. Here. Now if I take my armor off, you'll actually see it renders on the body, look. See that? Which is a little unique thing, but because of that, there's a lot of Britannia has a lot of cosmetic items. So if we go to like random glasses, cosmetic, just random stuff, Tiki masks, Majora's mask. So yeah, there's some cool bits. Now those were the main bits I wanted to get from Britannia for the right now. So this is the most we're going to do for Britannia for today. That's why I've rushed it. Because we're going to get some infrastructure set up for some other magic mods as well. And that way this can keep producing mana, and then once we've got a larger amount, and this is about half full, we'll look into mana storage and upgrading these hydrangeas. So what's the next thing we want to talk about? Right, storage drawers. Storage drawers was unlocked in the last age and I didn't realise it. The good thing about storage drawers is if I grab all of these out and I'm like, you know what, I don't want to be going around clicking each individual thing to put it all back. If you get a bunch of drawers like this and connect them via a drawer controller, if you see these in my inventory, if I just double click that, boom, it's all gone, sorted into the drawers. Very useful. These can all be upgraded by shift right clicking. You can have void upgrades, so once it's full it'll just start deleting the items. And did I explain how to double? I'll do it again. I'm sorry if this is something I've just said. If I put the petals down like that and grab a piece of bone meal, and without screwing it up, click there, you see that's the 2 high flowers. I have some shears here. Click, click. Now I have the 2 red. Now I have the 8 red petals. Okay, so what do we want to show next? One of the good things about all these Britannia flowers as well, the reason you want to collect all the various different types, is because alright, didn't do any damage. Why didn't it do damage? Oh right, yeah, I turned mob briefing off when I was in the nether because of ghasts. Yeah. Anyway, what was I talking about? Powder dyes, yeah. If we get a mortar and pestle, there we go. We need a bowl, a piece of wood, and a stick. and this allows us to create dyes. Piece of wood. Do we have a bow? I feel like we made some. Okay, we don't. But either way, it creates dye. Right, so the next mod we're going to want to get into is a mod I particularly like called Psi. And what's good about the mod called Psi is it's sort of a programming mod, and I use that term loosely because it's not like, you know, you have to enter if and else statements, but at the same time you kind of do. Oh no, there was one other thing I was going to make. If we get some living wood and we surround a pasture seed, nope, this thing, like that, creates a horn of the wild. Now watch this, you see how this grass here, I've been just punching it out, haven't I? Ready, go. How much easier is that? And then with the magnet, sucks it up. So much easier. And you can actually use this to clear leaves off trees by turning it to the horn of the canopy. Horn of the covering gets rid of snow. You can also turn it into a drum, and then with a redstone signal break flowers as a way of automating these, because you can get them from, you can't get them from normal bone meal, but you can get them from floral fertilizer, and that's simply 2 yellow, 2 red, or 4 of any Botania dye and a bone meal. But yeah, I just find it easier to just not use that unless you're on like if you're on Skyblock or something like that. That's more useful. So right, we're done with Botania now for the moment. Let's chuck all of our random stuff we just picked up in here. What's that? Coffee beans? No, don't like coffee. I can go in there, I can go in there for now. We can go in there. I'll sort all this out off camera. So. Right, sweet. So, Psi. Psi is basically a magical gun. Sort of a futuristic-y, techy kind of thing. And to start it off, we need 3 things. We need a bunch of iron. Well, we don't need that much. We need redstone. Again, don't need that much. And I think that's it for the moment. Oh, we probably need gold as well, because it's modded, we always need gold. Right. So if we come over here, we make a iron CAD assembler. And if we just literally, boom. No, we do need to get the CAD assembler, which is a piston. So we need 4 stone, 3 wood. So, what's all upstairs? I keep forgetting I've sorted all my stuff out upstairs. So, 1, 2, 3. 2 more. And we need a bunch of this. And we'll craft it here. Get this one. And then we'll get that. And we've got the CAD assembler. We've got the spell programmer. For this we need sawdust. So what we're going to want to do is put the CAD assembler. I think we'll put this downstairs. So we'll put those here. And what this does is if you put the iron CAD in, it just creates a very basic starting gun. With a cool machine sound. Okay. Then if we throw this on the ground and shoot it, we leveled up. And we got some sawdust. With this sawdust, like we just said, we can make a spell programmer. And what this allows you to do is create more intricate things. Now if you click C, it'll come up with the whole tutorial system for this, which I've already gone through. If you see here, this is the one we've just done. basic casting. Because obviously, like I said, I've gone through it and completed it already. What I'll do, rather than go through it all again and bore the crap out of everybody, I'll just... Oh, there's extras. Nice. What's this? Operator ceiling. Oh, cool. So, like, if you can say it, if you hit the ceiling, push down, maybe? I don't know. Something like that. Interesting. Anyway. What's that? EDOS changelog, yeah, EDOS anchor, EDOS reversal, yeah. Right. So let's go back to the start. Next thing what I'm going to want to do is upgrade our gun. We can't get the ivory or the ebony ones yet, as you have to go to the end to get them. But we can get the basic Psy-Metal CAD assembler. To get that, we need to cast a spell. We need to turn gold using a gun and this spell called Infusion. So how do we do that? Well, first things first, we're going to need to make a spell bullet, and that's a piece of iron, piece of sawdust. So, piece of sawdust, piece of iron, boom. And what we're going to want to do is place our gun in here, and as you can see, we've got no spell slots. So we're going to want to throw this one away. And now to start with, I could have added spell drives to that, but I just completely forgot to. And you see here, I get one of them, and we get another one of these. That's all we're going to need. Now if we put that in there, we can add spell sockets. Pull it out, put it in there. Now we've got some spell sockets. And in here is where you'll be able to do all your fancy tricks and things. And you can import and export to the internet. So the only thing we need right now is Infusion. So Infusion, done. We right click with this. See that? Now go in here where our gun is. Place it in. Now if we hold in the gun and we held C, you see here we've got a raid menu. We want to select Infusion, and on the right hand side there you'll see basically it's kind of like a spell bar. So if we cast with it, your CAD states are 2 weeks to... Really? I'm sure that used to be able to do... No. Okay, let's throw this one away. Yeah, that's the downside to the menu, to the magnet. You've got to keep picking things up. Right, let's do that again. So, come on brain, you can do this. We want a side bullet. So the side bullet. Like this. Right, then we're going to want basic CAD. Then we're going to want this thing, which we're going to need more Infusion for. So let's go grab that gun. It's a process, I know. Alright, we can only hold one gun at a time. Throw that away. Okay. Right, now we need to get one of these, which is a core. We're going to want one of these, which is a battery. Right, now if we assemble it, we'll have a greater bandwidth, and it basically means you can hold more information within the gun. And we need the actual gun, like so. Now I'm fairly certain when the mod first came out, first time I did this, you could progress straight to the Metal stage, but obviously that's changed. So if we throw all that in there, grab this, throw that there, like that, throw that in there, and select the spell, throw that down. Oh yeah. Get rid of the old gun. And now, there you go. You see on the right hand side there, our spell power went down. So we're going to need some more gold. So if we just grab some of that. And how do we make this again? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3. Boom. Make you. Yeah, like I say, you have to go to the end to do that one. Right, let's grab that. Now we're going to want to look at upgrading this. So the next stage of these is the Metal kind, and if we hold shift, see bandwidth and socket. We want a high bandwidth because we're not going to have loads of spells, but we're going to have enough that it's going to matter. So we want this one. So side gem, and that's with greater infusion. So can we learn greater infusion on this device? That's the question. And let's try it. Infusion. Boom. Right, let's go get a diamond. Let's do about 4 of you. Nope. See, so you have actually got to follow the whole progression thing. So, right. Let's make this next tier with not the best stuff, but the next to best stuff. So that's got 6, that's got 7, so we want this one. So we need 2 more Metal, which is 2 more gold. Just change that spell. Change it back. Throw the gold down. Shoot it. We've got some more Metal. Bam bam. Right. So we've got this. Next, we're going to want the improved core. So we're going to want to get a few more pieces of gold. Am I running low on gold? Oh no, I'm alright for the moment. Right. Core we're after. This one. Done. Next we're going to want the battery. And see what I mean when modded always needs gold. No matter what you do. That's why I always end up trying to set up some kind of like a nether farm or something. Right, so we've got the basic components for our next tier gun, which will last us for quite a while. Next thing we're going to want to do is, should we pick a colour? So we need 1 Stardust, 2 glass and 1 iron ingot. So if we get 1 Stardust, 1 iron ingot and 2 glass. Now if we can use the floral powder, which is from Britannia, but since I've just got one of these, it seems much easier than making a more pestle. And if you see here, we've got red CAD colorizer. Now if we throw this in the CAD assembler, so boom, 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 boom. Now you can see all the information here, and that's the amount of sockets we have. Now we're going to want to throw this one away because it will interfere. But if we go like this, we can get our spell bullet back and throw that one in there. Okay, so what kind of cool things can we do with this? Well, we can do phantom bridges. If we go in here and type in trick, We've got add motion, which means we can push things forwards. We can go blaze, which I presume sets things on fire. Yeah. Blinks, which is like throwing an ender pearl. Break block is what it is. Break block sequence, which breaks more than one block. Break loop. Canopy pulse. Pulses with the sound of the drum of the canopy, which is like it's basically like a Britannia add-on. Conjure block sequence, conjure star, yeah. Form burster, yeah. There's some cool bits here I've not actually messed with before. Weakness, lightning, and if we say for example we want lightning, yeah. So if we click shift on it, it says we need nothing before it, but we need to give it a position. So we want a position of entity look, caster. So we're going to say where the caster looks, now that should be a spell, and we'll call it smite. I think I've done that right. Whereas the lightning, the caster looks and smites lightning. A bit like that. Okay. So now let's say I look over there. Nope, spell didn't work. So let's see why it didn't work. So if we move this and add that. Change that to, oh, change that to that way, change that to there, like that. Does that work? No, because it needs a vector and that needs an entity. Yeah, that's what it's getting. How odd. Wait. Would help if I had a bullet in there. Let's try that again, shall we? That's a fusion. Come on. We will get this, people. Right, you can go now. So we just delete. Right. Shift, right click. Now we've got smite. Spell target outside of maximum 32 block radius. Why is that? Okay, let's change this with raycast. Operator, vector, raycast. Position, caster. And with a range of max, we want to go down there. Why does that not work? Right, we need a position, which is a vector, which is right. Entity look, caster, you. Right, then you need a vector, which again can be 2, and a max, which can be 1. Now why aren't you working? We've got 2 vectors and a number. Okay. Tell you what, I'll have a mess around with this because I'm pretty sure I'm doing something wrong here. And I'll be right back. Welcome back, guys, and as you can see I've done a bit of fiddling here. What's basically happening here is you've got the caster here, which is us. Where the caster, we've got where we look, which is our axis raycast, which means it's on the diagonal as well as the straight. And then it adds a vector, which I didn't really understand this bit because I thought, well, shouldn't you need a number? But apparently not. And then it just adds the lightning. And again, we've got the caster position, caster raycast, which is for the presumably straight direction, and then again add, which I'm not sure what it's adding to Smite, but I figured it out anyway. So we do that, come out here, boom, lightning. This is good for a number of reasons, because if you don't know, if you hit a villager with lightning, it turns into a witch. So if you're ever looking for a witch and you need one quite fast, it's quite handy. You know, if you need to put one in like a mob spawner or something like that. Or if you're going to do like a zombie pigman farm, you've got that option. So yeah, it has a few uses. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another quick little cut here. I'm going to make a couple of spells to show you what basically this mod can do. I'll probably go and have a look online, which is why I'm going to make a cut for some more spells that make sense. And yeah, we'll just see what we come up with. Okay, so BRB. Hello everybody, welcome back. And I've had a mess with Sai. I've also took a break, and I think I've left my gun in the machine. I've got a few new spells on the go, as you can see here, and I'll show you what they do now. And I've got these off like there is like a spell compendium on the internet, and if you see here, we've got one that's break column, and we just shoot with it, it breaks I think 7 up, but if we hold shift and shoot with it, it breaks down. Okay, so that's that one. What's the other one? Side bridge. Right, next one I got was, this one's super cool when you're in the end. So if I was to just look up there and I'm thinking, I need to get on top of that tree and I haven't got any ender pearls. How cool is that? Magic bridge. Now it doesn't have an infinite range and it can go in any direction. So that's really cool, it gets me. I believe it despawns over time, yeah. But you can get it to stay infinite. Alright, next one was Conjure Light. This one's good for caving because now I no longer need torches. See? It creates a little light source. It can be broken by just punching it. These little things are like super useful, and I think what we will do is, if I clear this, I do want to try and make a spell with you. So let's take blink, trick, blink. Now it needs a target and a distance, and the distance needs to be a constant number. So for now we're going to put 5. So it's got its number. Now we just need a distance, a target entity. So caster. Now for all intents and purposes that should just work, right? Did I change the name of it? No I didn't. One sec. Blink. So let's put that back in there, get that out. I want to make sure it's the right one. Okay. Now if we blink, I mean come on, if that's not light. I mean obviously it runs out after a while, but because of how much psi we had then, let's increase the range. So go back in here. So I mean they don't have to be all like big complex ones. Let's just set that to 8. Okay. Shift, right click, and how cool. Now, if you ever find yourself at the bottom of something, like a ravine or a cave or something, you think, damn it, I need to get up. So, it's not called jump. What is it? Jump boost. No, we don't really want that. We want trick and add motion. Now we need a target, direction, and speed. The speed is a number, so again, let's just put 5. The direction is our caster, that one. Caster target is the entity caster, and the direction is where the caster's looking. So we're going to want entity raycast, and this needs an entity, so we'll go like this and like that. Click on this again and click up, and now you can see that's done. Let's make the actual link. So if we get our last CAD bullet, click there. Now what should happen here is we'll get thrown in the direction we're looking. So I'll call it blink again, haven't I? Yeah, so right, we'll call this one move. Now the problem with this one is you've obviously got to be looking in the direction you want to move, so it costs a lot more. So we want to just simply say this needs a direction vector. So rather than do entity look, what we're going to do is simply say vector, and we want y, and we want that to go there, and we want that to go there, and direction, target vector. Oh, wait, no, what? Right, I won't use that one because that's not the one I'm used to. Vector. Right, operate a vector construct. Right. X, Y, and Z. So we want Y, we want X and Z to be 0. And we want Y to be 5. Nope, that way. And now this will say, what are we missing? Target, yep, direction, vector 3, Y, 5. Why are you not working? That's quite odd. Because the target's that's the speed, and the direction is vector construct Y 5. So that definitely says it needs a vector, doesn't it? Direction vector. It's saying the error's here, so maybe we need to delete that. Add a new number here. Go up. Oh, okay, so apparently that's the thing now. You can't basically have 2 on the same. Right. So let's change this spell with that one. Now we'll only jump upwards. So if we wait to get some psionic energy back, and we want to go up there, but we're like, meh, don't want to take the stairs. Boom. How much easier is that? Whereas if we was to use the vector look, as you saw, it used a lot more energy for a lot less movement. So the way you basically word your spells affects the efficiency of them. Okay? I hope that made sense. I know I was a bit all over the place to start with this one. It's because I keep getting thrown out because we have a mod called Psionic Upgrades, and I've never used it before. So that's all new to me. Now, another spell we're going to need is a simple one. We just delete all of that. And I think we'll end the episode with this. Is Greater Infusion. Now what we need to do is infusion, which is this one. See that? And we're going to need another bullet. So we need one of you and wrong button. One of you. Now if we go and throw this in here, get a bullet. Now there are different types of bullets as well, by the way. They all do sort of various different things. Like there's a loop cast spell bullet, which means it'll repeat, but I find every time you use that it'll die. Circle spell, which does it in an area of effect. So if you want to do like a regrowth, which is like add bone meal in an area. Let's see, conjure light, conjure block, haste. So you can give yourself haste for a moment. Regen. That's good for blood magic, which we will be using. Infusion, ignite, sets things on fires. Mass blink lets you teleport object entities around you. Weakness, strength, various effects. Wither, wild pulse. See, like that one, psionic upgrades. I've not looked into that mod yet. So yeah, that should be interesting. What's that? Invisibility. So yeah, that's that anyway. So the reason we needed that is because if we get our diamonds, which are upstairs, and we get, say 2, we're going to want a piece of wool. Boom. Come over here. What are we missing? A black wool. Okay. Another piece of wool. Going to want to go in here and get a black lotus and one of these. This gives you black dye. Oh, gated. Well then, looks like we're going to be using, I think I've got some ink sacks up here. I do. Right. So if we put this here, like that, black wool. Now we need red wool. Click on that, click that. Now we've got this cool case. Open it up, put the card inside, and this allows you to carry different, like, various weapons. And if you want to see what that looks like when you're holding it, it's pretty badass. Oh no, I killed myself. So yeah, this mod, like you say, you're going to want to try and find like some form of balance with it. There goes my items. Right, let's re-equip you. Oh, I found these in the chest. Empowered full. It's insane. Human flesh, charming. Right there, that goes on there, that goes in there. Right, so I think that's does it. Let's end the episode by making a stairway to heaven. Oh no. Well, I'm not allowed. There we go. So yeah, some cool stuff here. So, thanks for watching, guys. Like if you like, subscribe if you wanna, and I'll see you next time. Bye!